Okay, welcome to a short video of walking through the lesson 7 and 8 for last week if you missed class. So we're gonna go, this is gonna be a very fast video. There you have the book support and you can pause the video again. So I'm gonna go to my educator and add in and start it again. Hopefully this video does not take super long to record and it's preparing the tables. Okay, next. Okay, so April owns a rental house. She rents the house to college students, including and includes electricity costs and rent. The data on the electric worksheet includes the number of residents in the house and the kilowatt hours. So 1.1 it says, create a table from the existing data range. So just select the data range by clicking on the range on the instruction. And we want to go to Insert, here tab, and click under Table section, click Table, and that's going to create a table for us. My table has headers, so we select that. Make sure everything is as exactly like I did it. Okay, that's 1.1 done. 1.2, add a calculated column to the end of the table into the column heading. So how do we add something at the end? Simply click on any cell in column G, then in the Home tab, go to Cells, Insert, Insert to the right, Insert table columns to the right. So you add an extra column. Then it says the heading should be kilowatt H cost, and it should be exactly the same as written. Column should calculate the cost of the total based on. So we go to H3 and we want to do equals, and we do kilowatt hours times the cost, hit enter, and that's our total cost. And it autofills everything for you. So that's the kilowatt hour cost. And that's 1.2 done. Add a calculated column to the end of the table, column I. So similar enough, we just click any cell in the last column, go to insert, insert to the right, and so the column I, and we want to call that one kilowatt H per resident. And then we want to make a calculated field. So we do equals, and we want to divide the kilowatt hours. So you can just select F3, and that's going to select this, not the cell for you. Select the name of the column. And we want to divide that by the number of residents. So that's column D. So I'm just going to select D3. And this is how your formula should look like. Hit enter, and it fills out everything for you. So that's 1.3 done. 1.4, sort the table by column watt hours and descending order. So we want to find kilowatt hours, so kWh. We want to find that. I'm gonna click this little arrow next to it, so I'm calling that. And we want to send it, and we want to sort it in descending order. So that would be largest to smallest. So I click the second option, largest to smallest. And that you see rearranges our months. It's not in ordered by month, but it's ordered by the kilowatt hour usage. So that's 1.4 done. 1.5. Add a totals row to the table to calculate the average of the kilowatt per resident. So the way we do this, select the table, you go to table design up here, and if you're a Mac, I think it's just called table, super similar. And so once you're in table design, table style options right below it, select total row. That adds a column at a row at the end. And we say we want to use the average kilowatt hour per resident. So just column I, you select this list specific column, so I-15, And right now it's adding them all up. What you want to do is you want to click the drop down arrow and a little drop down menu comes up. We want to do the average, so we do the second one, average, and that changes the calculation for us. That's 1.5. 1.6. Add a second total to the table to calculate the sum of kilowatt hours used during the year. Use the drop downs in the totals row to select the appropriate calculation. So we want a sum of all the kilowatt hours used during the year. So we find kilowatt hours, so column F. We select F15. Once you selected, this little drop down arrow shows up. So we want to click that arrow, and we're doing a sum. So we want to do a sum, this option right here. That calculates all the kilowatt hours we've used that year. Then it says 1.17. Filter the items in the table to display only the months with an average temperature greater than 80 degrees. So how do we filter? First, we find which one has the average temperature. Column E has average temperature, as we can see. So we select column E2, and we select this little drop-down arrow for that column, and it says number filters. So not these first four or three, but the one that says number filters. And then we want to do greater than. So it says we want to filter to the months that only have more than 80 degrees average per month. So we just select in 80, we type in 80, hit OK, leave everything as is. And now we only see 3 months show up because those are the 3 months that have an average temperature greater than 80. And that should be everything done. Just to be sure, I will submit this and see what score I get. Meanwhile, while this is being calculated, let's go find lesson 8. Go to test your skills. I will have to do this one again because I did it in class the other day. And so I'm going to try again. For you guys, it's just going to show up as normal. So I copied that and we got a 100%. Perfect. So I'm going to open a new blank workbook. That's not the new one. There we go. So add in. The secret key, not secret key, but just the key. And this is going to be lesson 8. So this one should also be very, very straightforward, very simple. Um, so this is just about Twitch. It's a live streaming service, blah blah blah, just data from it. So it says use conditional formatting to highlight the number of followers from streamers with more than 500,000 followers. Apply the conditional formatting to the range G3 to G202 because that's the followers. So we want to highlight those that have more than 500,000 followers. So, and we want to highlight it with values over that the values that we mentioned with green background and dark text. So in our home, we have that range selected. Our home, our home tab, you go to conditional formatting under styles, conditional formatting, and we want to highlight and we want to do highlight cells rules. Um, so we want to say greater than, and we mentioned that we want to do 500,000, but we want to do it with the green background. So we select this second drop down and we do green fill with dark green text. Hit OK. That's 1.1 done. Then it says 1.2, use conditional formatting to highlight the number of streaming minutes for streamers with less than 100,000 minutes streamed. Apply the conditional formatting to the following range. So select that range, just click on it. Then highlight values with less than. Okay, so we go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, less than. So just follow that menu. And so we want to say 100,000. And we want to do that with light red fill and dark red text. So just how we had it before, hit OK. And that is 1.2 done. 1.3. So use conditional formatting to highlight the value for average viewers of streamers between 5,000 and 8,000. So we select the range that we want to apply it to. We again go to conditional formatting. And then in set cell rules, so highlight cell rules, we want to do between because we have two values that we want to fall in between. There's a range that we want to follow. So the range is 5,000, is the first one. And the second one is going to be 8,000. And it says um, with yellow background, so yellow fill, and dark yellow text. So yellow fill with dark yellow text. Hit OK. That's 1.3. 1.4. Use conditional formatting to highlight the value for language of streamers who speak Czech. I think that's how you pronounce it. Um, so apply the conditional formatting to the range H3 through H202. So select that and use the text that contains conditional formatting. So we want to go to conditional formatting. We want to go to highlight cell rules. And then we want to select the fifth option that says text that contains. And I think it starts with English because that's the most common one. And we're simply going to change that to such, just like this. And we want to do with light red background, so light red fill with dark red text. Okay. And this, okay. So 1.4, that's done. 1.5, use conditional formatting. So we're in a different worksheet. We're in the top worksheet. And it's still same data, but just different worksheet. So 1.5. And highlight the top 30 values for minutes of watch time. So column C. So select column C3 through C202. Go to conditional formatting. And we want to do the top 30. We won't need to calculate it because Excel does it for us. So in conditional formatting, we used to only do highlight cells rules so far. Let's do top bottom rules. So do top 10 items, even though we are doing 30. There's an option to change that. Once we open up, this menu opens up and that is, so here it says 10, just replace that with 30. And we want to do it with green background and dark green text. So green fill, dark green text. And that highlights the top 30 for us. That's 1.5 done, halfway there. 1.6, use conditional formatting to highlight the bottom 15% of values for streams and 4 minutes of stream time. So that's column D. So let's select D3 through D202, conditional formatting, top bottom rules. And now let's do the fourth option, the bottom 15%. So bottom top 10% it was. Let's just replace that 10 with the 15. I'm going to leave the background as is because that's the one it says. It says light red background and dark text. So that's 1.6. 1.7. Use conditional formatting to highlight the above average values for peak views. So we want to do, that's column E, peak viewers. So we select E3, E202, and then let's go to conditional formatting. Let's go to top bottom rules, and we're doing above average. So let's do the second to last option, above average. And we want to do above average with a yellow background and dark yellow text. So let's select from the menu the second option with a dark yellow text. That's 1.7 done. Again, Excel does all the calculations for us for that range that we select. Then it says use data bars to highlight the number of peak users for each streamer. Again, this is a different worksheet. And so let's apply to column E3 to E202. This is a different worksheet, as you can see. Now we're in the symbols. So we're going to use data bars to highlight the number of peak users. So select that option, select that column, that range, conditional formatting. Now let's do, instead of top bottom rules, we're going to do data bars. So it says, um, select the blue data bars option. So we're in data bars. I'm just going to do the first one. And this conditional formatting just like shows how full the bar is based on the range that we have. So the more full you are based on this list, the more full the data bar is going to be. So that's 1.8 done. 1.9, use color scales to highlight the number of followers for each streamer. So we're going to select G3 through G202, and we're going to select the three color options. So we go to conditional formatting, we go to color scales, and so it says any, so I'm just going to select the first one. Um, so the one green and yellow and red, just select that. And this option is going to make your highest number the greenest as possible, your lowest number as red as possible. I think I selected. There we go. So that's 1.9 done. 1.10. Use icon sets to highlight the number of minutes streaming for each streamer. And apply the conditional formatting range to D3 through D202. So just click here, selects it for you. Use the three arrows option. So conditional formatting, icon sets, and we're going to do the three color arrows. That's just the first option, keeping it very simple. And that is there for you. So again, it divides everything in like three sets. Like the top third is going to be green arrows, the middle third is going to be yellow arrows to the side, and the bottom third is going to be red arrows facing down. So that's the homework done. Let me submit just so you guys see that it is correct the way we did it. So submit now. And let's see. We got attempt 5, 100%. So if you have any questions, reach out. I hope this video was helpful. The book is there to help you out. And if there's something that, again, I missed, try going back in the video and see if you can figure out how I did it. If not, reach out for any questions or read the book. Have a good one.